Hello everybody, I'm JackieKCooper and this is my entertainment rundown. The movie is back, The Man in the Music, Shaft, John Shaft. I've always loved the music from Shaft. It's just been in my head for years and years and years. And here they are making a movie with that character. Except this time the focus is on Shaft's son. And he is played by Samuel L. Jackson. And he and Regina Hall's character were in a relationship and they had a child. But she kind of moved on and moved away and took the little boy with her. And Shaft, Samuel L. Jackson, has not been in his life for many years. But then when he's like 27, 28, he is working for the FBI as a data analyst, and he finds, a friend of his has been killed, and he wants to, solve the mystery, and the FBI won't let him, move into that side of the operation. So he goes to his father, Samuel L. Jackson's character, and they join forces to do an investigation. Well, you go through, the movie's a little slow getting all of that established. Jesse T. Usher plays the younger Shaft. Like I said, Jackson is the father, and then too little too late, toward the end of the movie, they bring in Richard Roundtree, the original Shaft, and he's the grandfather. And it is so great to see him. I mean, the man is still cool. He's got the moves. He just is Shaft. But they didn't use him enough. When you've got somebody that iconic, why wouldn't you use them? I'm sorry, they didn't. And the whole thing with, Junior Shaft, played by Usher, Jesse T. Usher, having conflicts with his father, and, that's kind of, okay, let's get past that. But also, Regina Hall. I love Regina Hall. She's been in some great movies, and she's got a great personality. She looks great. I could not buy her being the mother of a guy 28 years old or so. No, I always think of her as that age. So I didn't buy that either. But to have these characters and have the image of Shaft and the music of Shaft, it should have been something that really, really moved along, and it didn't. The movie is rated R for profanity, violence, and nudity. I scored it 5 out of 10. Come on. It's Shaft. You expect something special. Instead, in this case, the audience gets the Shaft by it just being an average movie. Then we had a movie called Plus One. Again, this is one that you're going to have to look up. It stars Jack Quaid and Maya Erskine. Never heard of them, probably. Well, let me tell you real quick. Jack Quaid is the son of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. And in this film, he plays a guy named Ben, and he is, his best friend is Alice, played by Maya Erskine, and they're in their late 20s, early 30s. They haven't found the right person. Maya Erskine's character, Alice, has just come off of a long relationship. He's broken up with her, and so she's on the rebound. Ben's character has been searching for the one, and he hasn't been able to find her yet. His father, played by Ed Begley Jr., is getting married for the 3rd time, and that's kind of got him soured on marriage and how people can live happily ever after. But suddenly he's being invited to all these weddings where he feels like he has to go. All of his friends are getting married, and Alice is going through the same thing. Her younger sister's getting married, others are going. Between the two of them, they have been invited to 10 weddings over like a 3 or 4 month period. So they decide that they'll just agree to be each other's plus one. And so that's what the whole movie is them going to all these weddings, and then their relationship kind of changing, maybe not changing, maybe changing on one other person's part and not the other. But again, this is a movie that sells its story. Jack Quaid and Maya Erskine are as appealing as any two people could be. You like them, you laugh with them, you enjoy them, you care for them. And that's a great thing for a movie to project. The movie is rated R for profanity and sexual situations, nothing too extreme, but this could be a star-making movie for either one of them. They both come across so good in this film, and with so much charisma between the two of them and so much charm that comes out over the screen. Make sure you look this one up. It is a winner. +1, and I scored it 7 out of 10. Now for me, that's a high score. We haven't gotten in the 8, 9, 10 range, but still, that's 2 steps above average. So search this one out. Finally, Diane Keaton is pouring out the movies. She just made Palms that was at the theaters recently. Now she's got a new movie called Hampstead. This one takes place in England. She is a widow. She has a flat in a building, and her brother-in-law and sister-in-law live below her. She finds out that her husband has left her with a lot of debt, and she's trying to find a way to figure that out. And one day she discovers that across the street, which is where there's a hospital and some land surrounding it, that there is a man who has built a shack in the woods and is living there. And the signs say coming soon, big apartment building, so they're trying to get rid of the hospital, get rid of all, buy up all the land around it. And she finds out, and sees him going down to the shack, and she becomes curious. She follows him there, finds out that he is being evicted from his land. All he wants to do is just be left alone. He's played by Brendan Gleeson. And the relationship between them is also good. This movie is based on a true story, so that always helps with me, because anything that's bizarre about the movie, I think, well, if it weren't true, we wouldn't believe it. But Diane Keaton is in true Annie Hall fashion. If you remember that movie that was, made her, such a superstar, she co-starred with Woody Allen, and she wore the quirky clothes and acted in the quirky way. Well, she may be a widow with financial problems in this, but she still has that same fashion sense that she pulls forward. And she and Brendan Gleeson are, just such good, solid actors that they can convince you of the part. And you get to care about these people. You want to know what really happened. And the story just takes you along as their relationship and what they're going to do with their lives when she's running out of money and he's being, they're trying to evict him from his shack where he lives. The movie is rated PG-13 for profanity. I scored it 6 out of 10. It's, not quite at the level to, like +1 was, but it's still got that magic to it. Diane Keaton still has, that star quality that attracts you to any character that she portrays. So a 6 out of 10 for Hampstead. This has been Jackie K. Cooper's Entertainment Rundown.